Goode. Plenty of Goode again this weekend. We'll start off in the sevens world. And England winger Dan Norton, who has broken DJ Forbes' record for the most appearances on the World Sevens Series. Outstanding achievement. And we'll stay in the sevens and we'll tip the cap to New Zealand Ruggers. They won both the men's and women's leg of the World Sevens Series over in Hamilton, their home leg. Of course they did. Great to see. We'll come back to some 15, shall we? Billy 12 bags. Billy 12 trees.
Yeah.
Playing his 200th game for Gloucester. A hell of an achievement. Came off the bench in what was a pretty disappointing result for them, but tip of the slipper for 200 games for Billy 12 Bants.
That was Slugger's first game as team manager, my best mate, Sam Raven.
Is Raven the Gloucester team manager?
He is, mate.
Ravo's arm?
Dave is like, yeah, Ravo's arm. Dave is life, he said.
How's he got a job as team manager?
Ravo's arm, mate.
He couldn't organise himself to get his dinner.
Mate, don't worry. 50. Ravo's arm.
There we go. There's someone that knows about that story.
Mate, he'd fit that job very well. They'll love him.
Good man, Ravo. What else was good? Well, of course, the Mighty Wasps. Of course, we were 5 points on the road. A try towards the end by Dan Robson, but tip of the slipper. Big shout out to Zach Kibberiggy.
Kibberwilly.
You call him Kibberwilly?
I'll call him Kibberwilly.
I'm calling him Zach Kibberiggy.
Sorry. Is it Kibberiggy or Kibberwilly?
Well, you call him Kibberwilly. I'll call him Kibberiggy.
Yeah. Just unsure of his name.
Old teammate of mine, actually, from the Falcons days.
Yeah.
Mate, he's finishing well at the minute, scoring tries for fun. Created one for Dan Robson to secure the bonus point victory. But also, Jimmy Gopperth, about 46 years of age.
Wearing the skins.
Yeah. Back in business, scoring a try, setting one up. Lovely kick through for Zach Kibberiggy's try. So it's tip of the slipper to Wasps. They get a mention in the Goode for a 5-point win on the road. But else was Goode in the Premiership? Bristol. Absolutely spanking Gloucester at home. They look good, Bristol, at times, don't they?
They do. When they're on the front foot.
Yeah, very good.
I mean, what the hell? Sinclair's gone there and they've got Ramrandra. Ching!
What you saying? Salary cap?
I'm saying a good team.
Mate, what you saying?
Bristol Bareback, mate. They're going to be good.
They are. They certainly are. And, Carl Sinclair, £500,000. Sammy Ramrandra, a bit more than £500,000.
Charles Peartown,
a lot more than £500,000. There's a few there. But yeah, outstanding from the Bristol Barebacks. What else? London Irish getting a win on the road at Northampton. Charge down at the end. Yeah. You bagged him last week.
I know.
Coleman, he must listen to this podcast.
Changed everything up, mate. Rolled his socks down as well. Charged down. Yeah. And then Parecki, my old meatball, goes over.
Yeah.
And Blair Cowan, I reckon, in that game, has taken 5 years off his life. Mate, I'll be honest.
How many tackles he smoked Naira once as well.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say smoked him, Naira stopped and Blair Cowan.
He's out of contract, Blair.
Right, he's gone backwards about 5 yards, but absolutely smoked him. He was phenomenal, Blair Cowan was. Man of the match performance.
Smart, mate. Out of contract, mate.
He should still be playing for Scotland, eh?
Well, this is the thing.
They're strong in the back row, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They've got a lot of good back rowers.
Yeah. So, tip of the slipper to London Irish. They're in the Goode this week. We've got to mention Jim's favourite team, Harlequins. They beat Saracens under 14s.
They did, and it was the biggest celebration you've ever seen. Did they win the cup final? Did they win the cup final?
Oh, you're horrible. But we will mention a couple of players. Caden Murley's second try, and particularly Marcus Smith dummy were outstanding. Alex Donbrant was phenomenal. 11 carries, 93 metres made, 5 clean breaks, 12 tackles, but Eddie said he's not good enough for the England squad. And
I questioned him last week. I apologise. Well, he's obviously listened to the podcast, saw me question him, and he was running around like a madman offloading out the back door, and he looked fit.
He was phenomenal. I did see him with his top off. He had the old vest on. You know, the old GPS vest?
Yeah.
And,
he had a big belly button.
Well.
Yeah, that's generally the thing.
He was phenomenal, wasn't he? And I'm hoping he gets a call up to the England squad at some point during the Six Nations. What else was good? We're going to mention him in the Goode this week. Finn Russell. Just for his picture post Racing's victory over Cast in the top 14. Don't you just love him, Finn Russell? He's had a bad week and all this. He's gone there. He's carved up against Cast away from home. French teams supposedly don't travel well. Team photo after the game. He ain't scared of getting his top off, and it's a shrig, isn't it?
Couldn't give two slippers, could he?
He's really? There, arms folded, looking like an absolute don with all his teammates with their tops on. So, as Simon Zebo says, white chocolate, he's doing well. He's doing well. Played exceptionally well, but I love that. Don't take yourself too seriously, but a good effort from Finn Russell. But the Goode this week, it can only go to one place. and it's got to go up north, James.
Sale.
It's got to go to Sale. Not many teams go to Sandy Park and win, and it was a phenomenal performance by them. Only their second ever league win at Sandy Park. They only missed 7 of 204 tackles, and let me just tell you, those De Pree boys, they are hard as fook.
Yeah.
Fancy playing against them, Jim?
In my prime?
No chance. No chance. Sale looked good. Ashley scored a good try. Byron McGuigan, he's quite angry, isn't he?
Scottish, mate.
Is he Scottish, though?
Probably not.
Exactly. He gets an intercept. They were phenomenal. They held up Exeter time after time on the try line. Huge defence. As I said, the stats there, 204 tackles, only 7 missed. So phenomenal from Steve Dunn.
Third in the league as well.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know, they're not going to be too badly affected during the Six Nations. You know, one Curry goes, the other one plays, and he's unbelievable as well. So, good things for Sale. Sale get the Goode this week. The bad. We mentioned it. Cast lost 27-0 at home to Racing. Only the second time they've been nilled at home in the professional era. Not great, that, is it, James?
No, it's not great, no. No, it's not good.
No, not good at all. Bad. Not masses of bad this week. Cast lost 27-0 at home to Racing in the top 14. Only the second time they've been nilled at home in the professional era. What else was bad this week? Saracens.
Of course, yeah.
Saracens under 14s. Got absolutely hosed by their nearest and dearest Harlequins. Their biggest defeat in the Premiership for 4 years, Jim.
Okay, well, things are looking well.
The Harlequins have won the league.
But that's it.
There we go. What else was bad? Lewis Theed. Did you see him at the weekend?
Lewis Slid.
Lewis Schlid. Oh, my lid. He's dyed it blonde and he's got some sort of Joe Marler-esque Mohican.
He best be good.
Oh, mate, he looked absolutely hanging. That's what I'm saying. Apparently it's pretty hard. So, Lewis, I apologise, but I am putting you in the bad this week for the lid. But I'm going to get stuck into a referee in the bad this week.
No.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, well, there's only one place to go. You have to. Tom Foley. And, you know, a bit of chat around some decisions. So he gives a high tackle against Stephen Myler, which was a seatbelt. And it wasn't even a seatbelt. He's touched the top of his shoulder. And if you give him that penalty, then London Irish breakthrough. Kerbish Ryan Acmeol wheels, ridiculous, covers across, makes a try-saving, what we think is a try-saving tackle on Hassel Collins. But on the replays, because they're checking the ground in, on the replays, it's a clear seatbelt tackle. And he's like, no, well, that's play on for me.
Peels his head back.
I'm like, oh, my days. Well, if you're giving it one end, you've got to give it the other. So
maybe he's thought it's such a good cover tackle, which it was. He's like, man,
it was amazing.
I'm going to let him have it.
Yeah, but you've got to be consistent as a referee. If you give him one, you've got to give the other.
No, you don't.
Well, you do. They aren't, but you do. But we're going to continue on with Tom Foley. And I'm just going to talk about how you finish a game. So they get the charge down. Adam Coleman gets the charge down. Parecki dives over, my old belly flop, on 78 minutes and 26 seconds. He blows the whistle at 78 minutes and 28 seconds.
No, he doesn't.
In my knowledge of maths, that is 1 minute and 32 seconds to go. He coaches Stephen Myler as he's walking back. Stephen Myler doesn't ask him. Tom Foley says to Stephen Myler, you can use all the allotted time. As long as you kick this after the clock turns red, the game is over. Why, as a referee, are you telling Stephen Myler that? Firstly, you're wrong, because the try was scored with 1 minute and 34 seconds left.
You're such a nose, isn't
and
you?
he'd blown the whistle with 1 minute and 32. You shouldn't be coaching the kicker. He'd have gone for the conversion. There'd have been 30 seconds left. Kick-off would have come. And
who knows?
Who knows what would have happened? But the facts are that as a referee, you shouldn't be coaching the kicker that unless you're asked the question. If a kicker asks you the question and says, how long have I got here? When did you blow the whistle? If I let it go to red, then you've got to answer the questions. But don't coach him, and especially don't coach him when you got it wrong. So Tom Foley, you this week are getting the bad. And we know that Wayne Barnes listens to the show. We know that the referees meet at Twickenham and they hand out the worst decision of the weekend award. I reckon Tom Foley's getting it for that.
Poor bloke.
There we go. The ugly. Couple of bits of ugly this week. We've spoken about them both. I don't know which one to go for. There's the whole Finn Russell fallout with Gregor Townsend and what's right and what's wrong. And, you know, I've just given Finn a bit of a Goode as well for his performance. So we're not going to go there. We've mentioned it and we've said that
it's ugly-ish.
It's ugly-ish. Yeah, you've got to abide by some team rules.
Mate, it's like Michael Mate, Michael Wolff would said it.
Rules is rules.
He said it best. Rules is rules.
He did. So that's a mention in the ugly. So it's ugly-ish. But the ugly this week, unfortunately, has to go to Jackson Ray and Saracens.
Mate.
Just being told he's not captain by the referee. Too much back chat. I've never seen that in the game before. You're not captain anymore. Vunipola, come here. You're 12 years old. But it was obviously a disrespect to the referee, and that's what we need to get away with, even though I've just got stuck into Tom Foley for making the wrong decision. But hey, I'm in the press, mate.
That's you, mate.
We're media. We can be honest. As a player, respect the referee.
That
rules
sums you
rules.
up. This sums you up, this here.
Unfortunately, Jackson Ray and his lack of respect for the referee gets the ugly this week.